Off rip, we see Bo in his cliche main character start off scene. They either half asleep facing pillow, banging a clock, or answering a phone call. Now his sister was ringing his line so he could come to a parent-teacher conference, cause you know her mom is all... Yo. Nah, Buddy really got fresh for the parent-teacher conference. Last time we seen Bo, he was dressing like a soccer mom. Then we get hit with this cold intro, but y'all gotta watch it for yourselves. I ain't gonna lie. That's not what we here for. Nah, son really had them drooling, and his sister talking about, I can get you one of these girls. Mind you, these are mine. So he finds out his sister's doing good, blah, 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 who cares? So the teacher asks Jay, we don't call him Jen no more, that's dead. Long story short, she asked Jay to volunteer to help her sister's friend earn some money in dungeon hunting because the lower your rank, the more lint shoestrings in your pocket. And you know, in their world, your rank is based off your strength and it's capped. There's no chance to evolve, with the exception of... Join the middle! You know he do it because my son really a great guy. And of course, there's always a meathead on the team. Dude talking about, I hate looking at the E-rank hunters. Man, if you don't... Dude got this gigantic metal onesie for a fit. That junk not no face. I can already see son finna be a problem. Son talking about you can sit back and watch this time. Yeah, alright. Later. Now, as soon as they walk in the spot, it's already some BS. The portal they went through turned red, which means that they have no contact with the outside world. And for it to open again, they have to beat the boss and wait for that junk to collapse. And they find themselves in Manhattan on a windy day. Nah, cause it did get this cold. And it might... Nah, Pete Bo fit. He been ready for this cold weather. He got something to do with this. Out of nowhere, bodies start dropping already. Someone save him. But that ain't none though, cause my son Jay too smooth with it. Hold on. Surrounded by the blue men with wigs on, I'm crying. Son can't wait to get his hands on it. Then for some odd reason they leave. They really trolling. Peepa, he trying to command folks. Move around, little bro. Jay already scoped it out. This light work. But jokes aside, Kim Chu makes him split into two groups. So, and I quote, more people can't survive. Like, bro, what? Nah, I just realized Bo got no garments on. Peepa, he trying to play it off. I know he freezing. Get my boy some Arcturix. They already start meat riding, trying to join Kim's group, but Bo said, off my... She peeped the game already. She noticed how Jay caught the arrow earlier and said, I'm hopping on a wave. As soon as they split up, they already start talking crazy on her. Talking about they not even gonna survive. They finna find God too fast. I bet. Then out of nowhere, polar bears pull up, surrounded them like 1950 bullies in movies. If they would have started snapping, it would have been over. Peepa, they all frozen in fear, but Kim not even worried. Bear charges at him, but that brolic shield come up and turned his wrist into jello, but son said I'm not done yet and turned Bo into an improper fraction. Damn. But back to Jay, she realizes that there's polar bears around due to the scratches on the trees, talking about let's turn back around before we find God. Jay not phased. Son said let's go deeper in the forest. He too cold. Nah, I lied. My son had to get warm. He pulled out this fresh jacket like these is exclusive pieces. None of y'all got this. But he still put him onto the drip. Buddy said I don't gotta gatekeep. Then a polar bear walk up on him, but he start flipping through his list of moves. He not scared. Then for some odd reason, they don't show him obliterating the polar bears. But did we really need to see that though? We been knew he was gonna handle that. Do your homework on Jay. Nah, he really all farming. He did not have to do this. So they set up camp eating too good, and while they eating, Jay far away in the cut farming polar bears with one attack that started his high ego. If you don't remember the last episode before season 2, him and Igris fought, but after he won, he got a necromancer abilities. Fast forward, the bears get put into an eternal sleep, expected, but then the boss come out to avenge his brothers, but this was part of the plan. Oh nah, Pete the Mohawk, that junk not fresh. The Shadow Shoulders attempt an attack, but Boss Bear was not hearing none of that. So Jay said, Igris, handle my light work, say less. Charges at Igris, but Igris been read that move, took a chunk out his shoulder, now the bear mad confused, but Igris said, I ain't go nowhere, and attempts to paralyze Bo, using his back as his own platform to drag the sword across his back, then slices the tendons in his legs, now the bear on his knees. Someone tell Bo stand up, this is not the NFL. Then the bear attempts to do his one last move, but Igris shut that down too quick, slices his dome off, now they got bear eats for life. Igris too cold. Had Jay reminiscing on old times. Back to the other squad. Now my boy got the polar bears under his belt. So fast forward, the dude that ran away finds the other team. He see them eating mad good and he tight. Son really hating, so he started blaming them for why his team found God. Charges at him to attack, but Jin palms the back of his head and said, calm down, your team was just garbage, accept it. Send Bo flying across the snow. But never mind that, cause these fake blue men are back and they pull up in numbers bigger than before. So the leader pull up and he talking about finally someone useful. And Jay says, so you saying we all trash? Let me humble you real quick. So while the leader's still doing all that talking, Jay says, stop flapping your lips, let's run the fade already. Son said, I got a double XP perk, I need these stats. Nah, who he feeling like though? What the heck? Dude said, I'm not worried about your minions, I want the head. Hey, yo. But it's not that easy. The leader blocks the attack just to get back on the floor and start moving his lips again. Like, come on. I ain't gonna lie, the only reason that I'm impatient for the fight is because I'm kind of recording this while watching the episodes. So it's like, yeah. But nah, buddy really schizo. Bo said, I hear voices in my head that tells me to send humans to God, but when it comes to you, I don't hear none of that. He makes a proposal. He's like, yo, we don't even gotta run a fade for real. Just hand me the humans behind you and we could move our merry little way. But Jay doesn't even answer. What he does is ask him, why does he fight humans anyways? But then out of nowhere, the leader started glitching, had Bo confused. But all in all, Jay still refuses the offer. And he goes, it's all of us and one of you. What you about to do? But Jay been ready for this. Son said, I got something for you. Watch this. Summons his whole arsenal. He feeling himself. Sends his arsenal to handle the minions because he wants to run a personal fade with the leader himself. But Jay had to do a quick side quest because his minions try to put an arrow on his squad back. He had to teach him real quick. That's not how life works. Nah, this ore farming junk get real. So they reveal their names to each other and they finally get to shoot in the 30s. They charge at each other at full speed, but Baruka tries to sunset his feet. But Jay said, I'm up here and attempts to split the back of Baruka's skull. Feet on blade, he violating, I ain't gonna lie. Baruka says, I don't need air and tries to return the favor, but Jay was just playing. Attempts to do surgery on his face, but Baruka catches them both. Then it start getting romantic. They really ballroom dancing. Catches Jay off guard and kicks him in the stomach, sent him flying at top speed. But Jay had his top hitters cooking up a mean spirit bomb, but that only stunned him for a few seconds. Cause then the guy from before wakes up and then Baruka wakes up and then they both start charging at him. But Jay something like Eisen had this all planned out. Used igris to make this makeshift smoke bomb. Then had igris send Buddy in the back to the Lord. Then stole his power and added it to his arsenal. Then named the power Iron right after. That's crazy. So while Baruka and Iron going at it, Baruka said, this not enough. I need more stimulation. Send you, igris, and Iron at me at the same time. And Jay never ducked no smoke. So he said, I bet. So they going at it. He's holding his own. But Baruka decides to focus all his attention on Iron because he wanted to take him out first. So Jay took that as an opportunity to backdoor Bo on some grimy time. Bo said, you're having too much fun. Stop all that smiling. But Jay not grimy enough. He missed any vital points on purpose because Bo said, I'm having fun and I just took out your whole squad. You only wanted him to get angry because he wanted him at his full power. Had Bo heated, so he charges at him and Jay throws his weapon. Had Baruka think he had the upper hand, but Jay said, I'm never like it. Uses the force to send his weapon, speeding at Baruka. But Baruka got quick reflexes, but that don't mean nothing because his weapon made out of this. But Jay fight mad dirty because while Baruka's distracted, he sends Iron a bear hug the life force out of him. Then use the mages to barbecue Bo. But none of that mean nothing because in an attempt to prolong his life, he slices through Iron. But Jay a backdoor demon and puts his dagger through his side. Then use Iron to put a crater in his back. Damn.